everybody. My name is Louis, and yeah, I got a bit of ADD, which means I get distracted, but I mostly hyper-focus on things, but I don't get to decide what I focus on, and my brain decides. And so for a long time, I focused on people's names. So when somebody tells me their name, I'd be like, "Hi, John." John, where does John come from? And I did that for a long time until I met someone with the last name Dickinson. And I was like, fuck, I need to stop fixating on people's names. I like to imagine like the first time my name came up, right? Like in the Middle Ages, some guy's like, my father's name is Jack. Call me Jackson. And I guy's like, I make clothes for everybody. Call me Taylor. Some guy at the back is like, I'm a priest. The name's Dickinson, but don't. How's your son, by the way? Anyway, speaking of pedophiles, Donald Trump. So I just moved out from the U.S. I'm Latino living in the U.S. Rough times for Latinos living in the U.S. Actually, rough time for everybody living in the U.S. You know, they finally done it. They finally gentrified state violence. They now white people are having a hard time. That's the red flag. Like the moment the first white guy goes, "Oh fuck," you just go. Pete Gonzalez immediately, you know. But I got a lot of family in the U.S. You know, like a Latino. I'm legally required to have family in Florida. I got like 40. All named Jose, or maybe it's 20. I can't tell them apart. Anyway, they're having a hard time, but I actually need to rant about how they've been reacting to this whole thing. Because, you know, here's the thing. When people suffer adversity or danger or something like that, and a lion attacks you, you have three ways to react. This is scientific, right? You fight, you flight, or you white. And my family just decided to white. And they didn't ease into it. They just went full banjo player from Deliverance. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with acting white. I've been in North America for 25 years. You know, acting white is my jam. Like that thing I did right there, that was acting white, right? But no, they just went for the worst. They started complaining about immigrants. I'm like, how do you get the balls? Of all the people you could hate, you picked you. And it's not just my family, you know, the whole Latin America, if you start looking at politics, like every country is electing their own Trump-like version. And they got the hair, they got the personality, they do this dance. And that pisses me off, because like, the one thing we do is dance. You know, the one thing we can do, don't take that. It's like if all of a sudden Chinese politicians start being bad in math. I'm like, whoa, whoa, you know? And so Colombia, where I'm from, we're one day away, because the election is tomorrow, from electing this Trump-like figure called Abelardo de la Espriella. Let me describe to you Abelardo de la Espriella, okay? He's basically Trump's personality inside a body that would be deported by Trump immediately. Abelardo de la Espriella. Sounds like a made-up name. It sounds like somebody has never heard a Spanish name before and was tasked with naming the one Mexican character in a video game. He had no clue, so he went for Ay Carambo del Sombrero. And so my family in Florida, they're huge fans of Abelardo de la Espriella and huge fans of Trump. And I go, why? Why would you support someone who oppresses you, you know? And that's not a scientific name, that's called Stockholm Syndrome. It's not Stockholm Syndrome because you fall in love with your oppressor. It's Stockholm Syndrome because you think you look like the people from Sweden. And you don't. So my cousin Jose, he thinks he's very white, so I have a nickname for him. I call him Norway Jose. He hasn't called me yet. He's like, is it because I'm white? I'm like, Norway Jose. Norway Jose. My aunt, I can't make a joke about her name because it's there. Like her name is Blanca, which is Spanish for white. So there's nothing I can say funny about it. But I do have a nickname for her. I can't say it loudly, but it rhymes with aunt. Anyway, my aunt drives me up the wall, and just to finish up, by the way, this sentence, drive me up the wall, I just rhymed out the bad thing, right, in English. Because I thought it was a good thing the whole time. I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Because for Latinos, it's a good thing, because if you drive me up the wall, it means I get through the border faster. Anyway, thank you very much.